Dude, the coolant.
Bro, that was the slowest fall.
Did you get on camera?
Yeah, but like just
So when I first joined, we got lucky. What are you doing?
Oh, dude.
You vlogging cars and coffee? All right, you ready?
His knees hit.
They don't hit anything, man. Dude, this thing just wants to go. Such a good car. No cup holder?
Hey man, don't put no cup holder on my side.
Yikes. Dude, there's no.
That shit is massive.
That is. That's not work.
We're gonna have to have a talk with our designer. Doesn't look like you can get much in there.
This is where the black mounts go. Never mind. Here on my farm.
So if that cow just comes like surging at you, you can't get
Comes running through the fence.
I mean, this fence doesn't look like sturdy.
I don't know.
He's like, who the hell is this? Are these guys coming to hang out with me? Right now, we're currently waiting for Tim to arrive with the Porsche. He is approximately, I don't know how many minutes away.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to get by you.
Welcome back to Street Bandito. This is the 997 build series. This is the engine episode. We are LS3 swapping it.
Can't believe you're getting the LS.
I know.
All these years.
I talk so much shit.
Oh, I'm never going to do an LS swap.
I was gonna get a gravestone that said never LS swapped anything tattooed. Now I'm like, still gonna get it, but I'm gonna get a little X off it. It'll say except that one time. We're here at CPE, Chavis Performance Engineering. My good friend from shit, I don't even know.
Years.
He introduced me to my wife. He was
I
at
know
my
Tim
wedding
because of Tyler,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
So he started this business like 6 years ago, and he has been swapping, LS swapping, Porsche 997s, 996s, and 993s now ever since. And he has the most comprehensive kit. He has all of the stuff, so they just plug and play, wiring harness, all the stuff. We're gonna go over all of that. At the end of this episode, this car will be running. Yeah, so this is a crate motor straight from GM Performance. You literally just call them up and order it. Comes with a 2-year warranty or 50,000 miles. They don't care what you put it in as long as it's not a marine, like a boat or something. So it's like, if it's not a boat, I don't care. Your warranty is still good. You just keep your paperwork. They give you paperwork when you receive it. And
That's crazy. People use these for boat motors?
yeah, hell yeah. For sure. I mean, but don't. I mean, actually, they said you can order a specific one that has a warranty, but it's for marine applications too. A really nice part about the swap is like being able to use a brand new motor, and they're not that expensive. Think of swapping a car and then like, oh, actually, like, I didn't realize that the used motor I bought off of Facebook Marketplace or somewhere. Oh, it's got actually like bore scoring or something, and you just didn't know. And then you gotta pull it out and swap your car twice, essentially.
Hell no.
Nah. Another thing with these motors is Tyler weighed a stock. What are they called? M90s?
M96, M97, or M9X.
M9X, whatever. Stock Porsche 997 motor, and completely drained of all fluids. And then a stock LS drained of all fluids, but still has full intake, everything. And it was 50 pounds lighter than the Porsche motor. So you're losing weight, you're gaining over 100 horsepower, you have a warranty, you can pick up any parts to fix your car at AutoZone.
This sounds idiot-proof, but you should just definitely do this.
Hopefully.
I feel like it's better because we have the studs that guide us, and we're gonna have trouble getting.
Yeah, well, you look like you just hopped out of a damn swimming pool.
Bro, I just pulled that trans back in here, put this trans up on a stool.
It is a little warm in here.
Yeah, and plus it's like a sauna in here, dude.
Yeah, Put my sandwich down for this. I mean, if you...
There it is.
Boom. Just literally that. There we go.
Perfect.
Booyah!
Nice.
Tyler just want to say he did something.
I know, right? You just put a sandwich down for like 2. He's going back to a sandwich right now.
Yeah, celebratory lunchtime.
That's like an Italian cold cut from Parmesanos.
Hell yeah. What's up, guys? This is Tyler.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Chavis of Chavis Performance
Oh, fuck.
Engineering.
I should have held this up, right? What did I say?
We're leaving it in. We're leaving it in. He's been my friend since 2014.
Yeah.
No, 2010. It's been 14 years.
14 years, yeah.
I painted his E46.
Did the wide body
When
on
we
it.
first met. Yeah, did the wide body. And then I painted your S2000
Multiple colors.
5 times.
Painted my Porsche.
Painted your Porsche, which is how you got into this. He bought a 997.
Yeah, bought a
had engine
997,
issue.
had bore scoring,
Yep.
and just kind of got, I don't know, bent over
Tried to rebuild the engine, and then
by a master
the
tech.
guy that, the master tech that was rebuilding his stock Porsche engine ended up, you know, whatever. We won't go down that road, but it cost a bunch of money, and then you
Really
didn't
bad.
still have a great engine in the end of the day. So then you went and just, you know, LS. And then built his own kit from the ground up. He's the only person that has like a full plug and play wiring system. Like it actually talks to the CAN bus. It
Yes.
replaces the Porsche ECU with your own CAN bus box.
Yeah, so we have what we call like a header box or an interface box.
Yeah.
So you take out the Porsche ECU, you can throw it in the trash, put it in your glove box, whatever. But our box plugs in place of that using all the factory connectors, and pretty much repurposes various circuits, and then takes the GM analog or CAN information, translates it to a readable CAN bus for the Porsche side, and in turn
And then you just use a GM E88,
E38.
E38 ECU, which
Yep.
are like under $100 on
Yeah.
eBay.
$75.
And
Tune
you
it
can
with
just
HP
use
tuners.
HP tuners and tune it. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
for the price of like the harness and that $100 ECU, that's like the price of most aftermarket ECU setups anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like the Pro EFI setup, I think is like $4,500.
Yeah,
When you
so-
can literally buy a $70 ECU, you can buy our harness for $2,800.
Yeah, so you're still a grand, $1,500 less
Yeah.
than, yeah.
And then, you know, the HP tuner suite is like $500. You know, a rebuilt Porsche engine, you know, it depends. It can cost, you know,
If
I
you're
guess,
doing it at Porsche, it's probably,
well, Porsche would just do a long block or a short block.
replace it, buy a short block.
Yeah, so a short
replace
block from Porsche is like 35,000 plus. And then if you have it rebuilt, you know, they're about 35,000 plus, but they only come with a 12-month, 12,000 mile warranty.
Yeah.
And then we get cars in that have, you know, the Nikiso liners or the updated IMS bearing or this or that. And they're still blown, they're still being pulled, they're still having issues.
The sheer amount of cars you have here shows how often this happens. I mean, people talk about it, and then a lot of people want to, like, you know, steel man it the other way and be like, well, you know, it's actually not as big of an issue. People just talk about it on the forums. But
Yeah, people will downplay it, but
you have like 16 cars here that all have engine issues.
yeah,
They're just sitting
there's a
around
lot.
waiting for swaps.
So no, it's just it's kind of a no-brainer. You know, it's not exactly a cheap conversion because a lot of people think LS swap.
Yeah.
They think it's like $500 a junkyard engine, which isn't technically an LS, but yeah, that's a factory 996, in this case a 997 6-speed, that we have a billet adapter plate that pretty much the transmission bolts to, and then that obviously switches up the bolt pattern so it can bolt to the GM engine. And then we have a proprietary flywheel that's billet with a replaceable friction disc. So you don't need to swap out a flywheel, you can just replace a $90 disc when it needs to be resurfaced or replaced.
And then you work with spec, and
Yep.
you have your own clutch kind of design for this, where it's like, instead of a sprung,
It's a rigid.
Mine, the one I have
Yours is an
sprung,
early one, yeah, so it's a sprung hub.
But you've now moved to rigid hub.
Yeah, so we had some sprung hub or just failures with the spring cage on the hub. So now we're doing a rigid hub with a single mass flywheel.
You can't just off the shelf order that.
You can't,
from
no.
spec.
That's
so
through us.
Get it from him if you're looking into this. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you'll have a brand new engine with 2 years or 50,000 mile warranty on it. You have your stock trans.
24-month, 36,000 miles. Not that it matters.
Well, 2 year, 36,000 miles.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
So you have a really good warranty on your GM car, your GM LS engine. It makes how much more power than stock?
So I want to say A stock Carrera S is like 285 at the wheels.
Yeah.
It's like 355 at the crank.
Yeah.
But
and this is a hot cammed LS3, so this is a 495. They do sell a 515 version too. Right?
They do a 525.
525.
That's a little bit too much cam though.
That's the step up. Yeah.
That is.
This is a good amount of cam to not, like have a good idle and not have to worry about.
Yeah, it doesn't lope like crazy and it doesn't reek of fuel.
Yeah. And this actually is also lighter than the
40
stock
pounds.
engine. Yeah, by 40
It's 40 pounds, yeah. We should have honestly put that, because I have the engine crane back there.
Well, what I want to do is, once I have everything in this, with like the carbon roof, I really want to weigh this car and compare it to a just completely stock Carrera S.
Yeah, the LS is 40 pounds, and I can send you videos if you want to.
It's 40 pounds hanging off the rear axle, so it's like, that'll make a good difference.
Yeah, it's 40 pounds lighter, 2 more cylinders, about 40 to 50% more wheel horsepower.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, so you're buying like you're maybe going to be $10,000 in a brand new engine with accessories, all this other stuff.
Yep.
And then 12, 13 for your kit. So you're still going to be.
You're 20 some grand.
10 grand less than it would cost to have your factory motor rebuilt, and you're gonna have way more power. And now you can go to AutoZone and get an alternator or a belt or something like that without having to play.
That's the beauty of it. Everything is, parts are cheap. Water pumps are a couple $100 versus $400 or $500.
Yeah, and it's also easier to service. You can
Super
get
easy.
to a lot of stuff.
You can do almost anything on this car in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So
these are all of the reasons why I'm doing this. Also on top of that, he's my friend and I want to support his business too. So
yeah, that's great.
We're gonna have links to his website in the description below. You know, also his Instagram, Facebook, whatever else. Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna do this whole journey. At the end of this episode, this engine will be running, so to some capacity. If it's right here at this shop or whatever, but we could probably do a startup tomorrow.
It'll be running and it'll be running on Flex Seal.
Yeah. Because we're at his shop.
He can borrow the, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
get
saying.
to complain about your tools today.
My tools are in foam organizers and really nice.
Yeah, whatever. But all right, we're gonna get to work. We're gonna jump into time-lapse land and just keep cranking. So there's a little, we're gonna line up that dowel with this hole right here. I think it's on. Look at this little tippy tap.
Now that is a used flywheel, okay? Tim.
My guy hooked it up, I didn't have one.
Tim didn't tell me that he didn't have a flywheel. That's what friends are for.
Free parts.
So you finally getting your get backs.
Yeah.
All them times, yeah, yo, I forgot to add this in there, but can you do this for me real quick?
So this is the adapter plate that we use. So obviously it has a nice open cavity for the flywheel. And one of the benefits with ours versus competitors is that ours actually uses an LS3 OEM starter. So none of those aftermarket mini torque starters that fail and just, I don't like those. So this actually uses the OEM LS3 and accepts the OEM LS3 nose cone. So that's like a big plus. Also, last thing, on our conversions, we push the whole engine 1 inch forward. And when we do that, a competitor's adapter plate has pretty much a box at the bottom with 2 bolt holes to bolt to the factory LS3 oil pan. And it would run into our lower subframe brace. So that's why we make our lower subframe braces that are low profile. And that's also why we fully round these off and we don't have bolt holes at the bottom.
On the bottom of it?
Yep, exactly. And honestly, we don't need them because we're not running an LS3 oil pan. We're using the front sump Moroso or Canton pans. It's still really crazy to me that you're doing an LS Porsche.
Never thought you'd see the day.
That's all I would.
I never thought.
I thought everything was going to be just these Honda engines or
Whoa! You used to have one. You know what I mean?
I did. I swapped it for a reason.
Man, that's crazy. You make
He
Swapped it for a reason.
He sold that junk, so what are you talking about?
Dude, that car was awesome. I would love to build another one, but...
You always want to rebuild cars you had back in the day.
Yeah. Well, the thing is now everything's all dogged out. Somebody, like some 18-year-old has it.
Or
and
it's
like
like
on its 8th owner.
$30K for a AP1.
Seats, ripped seats. I don't understand how people can literally just drive around with a ripped seat.
I mean, it was.
No, seriously, that
I had a rip seat in my
bugs the hell out of me.
2002.
You have a rip seat?
I did in my 2002.
That used to be.
Well, you
me.
sold it, right?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. The fact that you can just run around a rip seat is just, it boggles my mind.
Tell me about it.
You have a rip seat, are you dead?
Do you really?
You replaced it, yeah.
In the Tahoe?
Yeah, I know.
R.I.P.
I feel like probably 50% of those things are rolling around with rip seats. Okay, so this is literally what it will look like. And now, it goes on the old transmission. Super, super tight tolerances, just a heads up. The thing is, don't force it. Just kind of work it around. Boom.
Bing bong.
Music to the ears.
I mean, I think you think it has, right?
Life hack. When Tyler's taking a shit, you can't go into the bathroom for like 15 minutes, but you gotta wash your hands.
Pretty sure you got some alcohol in there to.
Yo, everybody on YouTube's gonna be like, we need more nopping. I don't know where the hell he's talking about a razor blade in the top left drawer.
Made in Mexico.
You said top left drawer?
Yeah.
There's razor blades in here?
Well, I mean,
It's like a pack of them or something?
no, like a box cutter.
Oh,
How was UNS General made in Mexico?
That's not. Oh my gosh, that's like stuck.
you just like chipped the fucking
Okay. Oh my gosh. Let me just put one back there. Hey Alex, if that's a made in Mexico sticker, you should Tim.
It's not. I'm just.
There's something on the back. I can tell. Tim, can you give me a zip tied bottom drawer on the right side?
All of these Milwaukee tools is in this room?
No, bottom middle drawer on the right side.
Oh, you're doing middle now.
He just does not listen.
transmission swap kit.
Yeah, it's with the zip ties that were holding my clutch line.
Bro's acting like it's so organized. Of course, what are you talking about?
He's getting mad at you. Rolling his eyes.
Yeah.
Got an E46 taillight.
No.
Yes.
This is the oddities drawer.
The oddities.
Right side. Right side. Jeez, what the hell?
Under the trash, of course. Had to take a break for funnel cake. Right next to all the grapes.
Damn, dude,
You are covered in dust, dude.
Yeah, it's dust. It's not funnel cake syrup or sugar. All right, so. All right.
Yeah, we're ready to go, man. You so clean.
Lots of R&D. What do you know?
That nice yellow.
Check it out. You want to see? Here we go. Here we go.
That's what we call that.
And that is an LS and a Porsche. Wow.
it so we can look underneath.
Yeah,
We have that fancy billet.
that is, let me not fall again. That is an engineering marvel right there.
And I guess you just changed the oil pan?
Yeah, we're gonna change it tomorrow. We're gonna put a front sump on. I think he has a Canton one.
Look at this dusty old AC Delco. EC.
75 bucks, but it does wonders.
He has these nice billet
Subframe races.
And the Honda boys will go crazy over this.
We gotta get them anodized red.
That or
all those dudes with like the lower control arms that are like
or blue
hot boy
and
status.
gold.
Here, Tim. Nice rubber mats. Mess it up.
Man, this was actually really simple. You're not.
Dude, yeah, I know that's
I see why you took a couple.
Now you
look at that clearance.
It's obviously better with the
other pump.
with the
other
pan. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause the other pan will put the sump towards the front of the engine.
And so the biggest reason that we run the front sump is obviously one for when you accelerate, the oil sloshes towards the pickup, and then the baffling keeps it around the pickup during braking. But since we push the engine forward, the sway bar would obviously clump and just run right into just your standard LS3 vet pan. So with the front sump, this is actually the rear is actually 4 inches higher, I guess. So it just kind of goes right under. I mean, just to think that you could do this in 48 hours. I mean, it wouldn't be fun at all, you know? Yeah. Wouldn't be fun at all.
We don't have a deadline to force us to do that.
No, we don't have a deadline.
You could pull a stock engine, do this full install in 48 if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Now, if you had a deadline, you would be speaking a different tune.
Yeah.
Well, we do. It's 3 weeks.
We got no engines.
Let me ask you a question, Ted. Do you see anything wrong here? No. We got no engines, do we? No, do we?
All right, so it's end of day 2. We've been finishing up a bunch of small stuff. I've been trying to record it without Xavier. But we got the belt on, AC compressors on. I need to add a, what is the thing on the AC called? Transducer. Yeah, pressure switch. So that's why there's like extra plugs shown right here. But all of the wiring harnesses ran. I gotta put this cap back on. But we have the OEM Porsche ECU. Ooh, there we go. That's taken out. We have the CPU boxes hiding in there. There's a little LED indicator for each one. So if it's lighting up, is that good or bad?
Yeah, well, you have one for ignition, fuel, AC, clutch. So pretty much all your main kind of things to start.
So this box takes place of this OEM ECU. But he said keep this ECU in case you have to reprogram your keys, fobs, and stuff like that. That is the VIN written to it, so you need that. And then that all runs to the secondary box right here, and then that runs out to your new OBD2 port, which I'll probably mount back there somewhere. I've seen some of your guys mounted in like the center console area and stuff too, but we have 7 quarts of oil in here. We have the fuel pump relay pulled. We're gonna go ahead and crank it up. And then once we have good oil pressure, we're gonna start it with some open headers. It's gonna be loud. It is night, but it's fine. Okay, so what am I doing?
Now, just gently push your clutch down, not with your foot, but with your hands. It's going to slam to the floor. That's if they're getting canceled. Just hold and crank it. You're going to eventually just see this start building pressure, the oil pressure. It takes about a minute, but you're going to see it build pressure, okay?
Where do you want it to? Does it matter?
I mean, that's fine with the engine.
It went up to 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now, you're going to turn off the ignition. And put the fuel pump fuse in, and it's gonna go.
Right, yesterday morning, we pushed this thing in with no engine in it. First start attempt. Raw. Oh, it's falling apart. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna put this in the glove box, okay?
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Fuel pump fuse in.
Ooh, it's gonna be loud.
Wait. I think you did it on the right location.
Okay.